And welcome. We're glad to have you here today. First messy conversation of the fall quarter, I think a really special one on memory of social justice, Dia de los Muertos. In conversation, we've got Consuelo Flores, who will be in conversation with Rosa Garza-Mourino. I want to, part of how this is going to go is that this conversation is going to focus on those who have died due to violence that's rooted in oppression, colonization, marginalization, stigma, genocide, intolerance, various forms of inequality. And so that brings a social justice lens to Day of the Dead that Consuelo is committed to. We're also, of course, mindful that today, October 7th, marks the 1-year anniversary of the most recent escalation of violence rooted in systemic oppression over the last 75 plus years in the Middle East. We're also mindful of other systemic horrors that are unfolding across the globe in Sudan, the Congo, Yemen, Ethiopia, Myanmar, Haiti, and elsewhere, all causing just unimaginable human suffering and death. We're also mindful of the human suffering and death that's caused by capitalism's systemic violence against the earth, which most recently has resulted in the terrifying hurricanes like Helene, and now what we're being told is the largest storm in a long while, Milton, and other disasters around the globe. So we at Messy Conversations hold in our hearts the suffering and deaths of all earthlings, all species, for whom the earth, this planet, is our only home. A quick poem by Adrienne Rich. My heart is moved by all I cannot save. So much has been destroyed. I have to cast my lot with those who age after age perversely, with no extraordinary power, reconstitute the world. A couple of announcements, and then I'll get out of the way. First up is if you are interested and at all moved by today's messy conversation, consider participating in Consuelo's 1-day workshop on Dia de los Muertos, which comes up October 26th. That's a Saturday, in person and on Zoom. So it will be on the AULA campus, but also, if that's not possible for you, on Zoom. Students, of course, who are looking to add an extra unit to their fall schedule can still add the workshop. The add drop period closes the end of this week. And we want to support this workshop as much as we possibly can. I've been arguing for a while that I want Antioch, Los Angeles to come to think of Day of the Dead as our homecoming. We don't have football games and crowning queens and kings and all that, although that would be fun. But so consider participating. You can sign up for the whole day. You can come for the last couple of hours from 3 to 5 and work on the craft section of the actual construction of an altar. So there's that. Immediately following that is the Founder Speaker Series, also October 26th from 5 to 7. And this Founder Speaker Series is going to celebrate 25 years of the Bridge program. Really hard to believe, but here we are 25 years later. In conversation will be the current co-directors, Catherine Pope and Russell Thornhill, and the OG founders of Bridge, Sherry Foose and myself. And so you can overlap those two. You can go to the last couple of hours of the workshop, and then you can wander over and participate in the celebration of 25 years of Bridge. A reminder that there will be no messy conversation next week, October 14th, due to the holiday, Indigenous Peoples Day. So we won't be meeting, but we will return on October 21st with a terrific messy conversation where we'll have Pia Alexander and Stephanie Helms-Pickett in conversation about, what's the title here? Strengthening Communities Through Transformation. So we invite you to return, bring a friend, bring a family member, bring your dog, bring your cat to the messy on the 21st. Also in the chat, Asa has reminded us that next Tuesday, or which would be tomorrow, next Tuesday, tomorrow, Antioch for Palestine event is happening at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. If you're interested in being involved in that. And lastly, my friends, and thank you for your patience with me this afternoon. We are glad that you're here, and we encourage your participation. But we ask that you please put yourself on mute until you're called into the conversation. And if you're interested in participating in the conversation, please put questions, comments, whatever you can in the chat, and we will get to you very shortly. Again, thank you for attending today, and I'll hand this off to Rosa and Consuelo. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Welcome, everyone. Consuelo, I wonder if you would like to say hi before I walk people through the concept of the session today.
I just really do want to say hi and welcome to everyone. And I hope that you come away from this conversation with as much passion and understanding for the celebration as I have learned throughout my years of experiencing it.
Thank you, Consuelo, being here with expert on the topic here with us. Thank you so much. So today, guys, it's a conversation. We're gonna, because the topic is so visual, so there are some slides that we would like to share with you. And but it's basically like talking points about the origins of this celebration of Day of the Dead, how it came from ritual into a celebration, and social activism. And Consuelo has a very unique way to framing and presenting this, and we're gonna go through that. So I'm gonna share my screen for a moment for you to appreciate some of the visuals that we have here. Okay. I think that's it. So my dear, we can go to, so this concept of the death itself has been the great equalizer regardless of our identifiers, right? So we have Consuelo's most current work. We're gonna start there, right, Consuelo? The most current work that has to do with this global acknowledgement of what does it take to face grief right now. Therefore, we have this. What's this?
This is the community altar that will be constructed beginning October 16th, Wednesday, October 16th. It is two giant human hands holding up a peace sign. And it is really about finding peace through our own memories of our loved ones and reconciling their deaths, while also understanding that we must maintain hope for our future, whether it's internally and individually, or as a community, finding hope for a future where our communities are challenged, or even our own selves as individuals are challenged for however it is that we have lost our loved ones. Sometimes depression happens, sometimes lack of understanding, sometimes a lack of reconciliation with death. And that is something that we all have to come to terms with. And so we find peace through our manifestation or representation in actual, let's say, deliberate and physical means by creating and building an altar, as well as through our own individual processing of grief.
Thank you, Consuelo. So, and Consuelo's statement is here. We're gonna put it in the chat in a moment, so that you can have it and read it at your own leisure. But all these concepts that are put here is a new kind of very globalizing kind of altar, right, Consuelo, compared to the others that are specific.
It is this. Most of my community altars are more about the general population, because I want everyone to be included in. There is no exclusion, it is inclusion. And it is important for me to have everyone understand that grief is a unifying, as we mentioned in the very first slide, or in the very first quote, it is a great equalizer. We all pass through that threshold. Therefore, a community altar where we can all share in our grief and understand the mourning process and support each other through it is very important.
So something that Consuelo and I were talking about is, okay, this tradition that is now framed the way she's framing in terms of social justice requires for us to acknowledge that at this point, many of us, and I can assume most people in the room, are aware that Dia de los Muertos is something that exists in the world. That Day of the Dead is there, is something that people are familiar with. And the version of Dia de los Muertos that we are all more mainstream familiar now is connected to very, very ancient roots that tend to just focus on the family in the domestic space or in the rituals, and the domestic space was space to hang on to these indigenous traditions during colonization times. The people were trying to be converted, and they wanted to protect their identities, the indigenous identities, by bringing the ritual that used to be public, put it inside the home, and honoring their loved ones, and honoring more the people that are like in your immediate community, right? Your loved ones.
It was very private,
very private. So my question to Consuelo, when we were preparing for this and learning more about this, how did we move from that intimate, private, into this social justice concept? So, and Consuelo has been doing very interesting investigation of this.
So the first iteration of a public Day of the Dead representation was Jose Guadalupe Posada. During the time that he came into popularity, where his work was popular, was in the late 1800s, early 1900s, where he created broadsides, and they were prints that he hand carved. So, and he created these prints to educate the large public that was mostly illiterate. And as you can see with these prints here, you can kind of get an idea of what he was talking about without having any words associated or represented in any of these images. That was his way of educating the public. He used to also do or create calaveras, what were called calaveras. And calaveras were a large, basically it's a skull, and on the large forehead, there were sonnets that were engraved onto the they were part of the image. And the sonnets would poke fun at politicians, or what we now call as high profile celebrities or high profile citizens of of society. And those calaveras were basically to poke fun at whoever it is that he was doing a representation of. And initially he took his life into his hands by doing that, because during that time, if you poked fun at politicians, you were taken aside and either beaten up really badly or killed. You were silenced in some way. But because his sonnets and or his calaveras were more cutesy, and they had a whimsical nature about them, he was able to get away with it. And it came to the point where every year after he started them, the politicians were eager to look at what he would do. They wanted him to skewer them because they wanted to be like tongue in cheek laughing at the way he did that. Also, the idea of the garbancera, which is on the left. This is a very, very hugely recognizable image. Very few people know that it was done by Jose Guadalupe Posada, and it was known as La Garbancera. La Garbancera refers to high society in Mexico, where high society no longer ate pinto beans like the indigenous people. They ate garbanzo beans because they came from a European background, and European, between quotes. They came from a European background. So as you can see, her hat is a beautiful hat. Even in black and white, you can see that it has flowers and feathers and lace, and it's just a really beautiful hat. And she's got lace ribbons on her head. She was the high society garbanzo eating elite member of the elite society, just very, very rich, and no longer eating pinto beans because that was for the lower class. It wasn't until the image on the right, which was created by Diego Rivera, who gave her a body. And there's a whole lot of symbolism here. There's Diego to your left, to her right is Diego Rivera as a child. Behind him is Frida Kahlo. There are a whole bunch of other images or representations of Hollywood elite, Mexican elite, different people who were part. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that particular person that is holding her hand, or holding her hand, is Jose Guadalupe Posada.
Yes, he's
And he's holding her because he gave birth to her, basically. But Diego Rivera, and then the scarf around her neck, or the feathered serpent around her neck, and like everything about this image has a lot of there's a lot of, you have to know what the metaphorical or even representational meaning is of each of these. But Diego Rivera was the first person and only person to give La Garbancera a body, and changed her name to La Catrina. La Catrina is the name of a high society female woman, a woman, high society woman, who is very aloof, very rich, very just wears the indigenous around her neck, basically. does not really have a whole lot of respect, but uses it as adornment rather than as a meaningful representation of of the people that she is surrounded by.
Because yes, in Mexico, and starting the mid 20th century, with the Rivera, this critique, lampooning and making jokes about this and society. How this lampooning, social critique, politicization of the celebration crossed the border. And that's something that Consuelo was talking about when we were preparing for this.
Right. So we go through the whole 50. So this happened in the early 1900s, or with Jose Guadalupe Posada, and he's the first person to add an aspect of political commentary and social justice commentary to Day of the Dead. And then in the 50s, we have Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo, who incorporated Day of the Dead into their art. So it became a very there was a lot of art that was created around Day of the Dead in Mexico during the 50s and early 60s, late 40s to early 60s, but mostly in the 50s. And then we come into the 1970, and specifically August 29th of 1970. That is when everything changed in Los Angeles and in the Chicano community in the United States, but starting in Los Angeles. What happened on August 29th, and you can see it on the upper left hand, you see August 29th, National Chicano Moratorium, August 29th. The National Chicano Moratorium of August 29th was a moratorium that protested the war in Southeast Asia, otherwise known as the Vietnam War. And I have to pause here and take a couple of steps back, because there had been a lot of different student protests throughout Latin America, and specifically in Mexico. There was the protest of the students in Tlatelolco, Mexico. And I mentioned that because Ruben Salazar, as you see on the lower left-hand side, there was the Silver Dollar Cafe, or it was bar, and you see journalist Ruben Salazar was killed on August 29th, 1970, during the Chicano Moratorium anti-Vietnam War protest. The reason why he was important was because he was a journalist for the Los Angeles Times, and he focused on many Mexican American, Latino specific stories. One of them was Tlatelolco, Mexico, where the students were killed. The students who were protesting were killed, and they were protesting because there was a labor effort, and they wanted to have more, not only equity, but also more justice for the Mexican worker. And they were protesting that, and they were killed. He covered that. He was also as I mentioned, a journalist for the Los Angeles Times during a time in which there were very few national newspapers that were respected. One of them was the Los Angeles Times. It wasn't as diluted as it is now. There was a lot more. If you were a journalist for the Los Angeles Times in the 1970s, your column, your writing, your journalistic integrity carried a lot more weight. There was a lot more to have to reconcile and confront when you were a journalist writing about something. What he was doing at that time, aside from other Latin American stories, he was writing about the Chicano community in East Los Angeles specifically, and more importantly, about the police brutality from coming out of the East Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. And so when he started writing about that, there was a lot of concern, generally speaking, and which is, for me, in retrospect, a very ominous recognized, phenomenon. If you are taking pause and making sure that you understand what's going on, that means that those people who want to silence you also are doing the same thing. And so that is what happened. And they chose, whoever wanted to silence Ruben Salazar, chose August 29th, 1970, during the Chicano moratorium, as a time that was, I'm sure they thought, was the easiest way to rack focus from what was going on here to do something here. And that's what they did. They lured him in with a promise of giving him unadulterated information. It was a secret informant that was going to meet with him to give him unadulterated information that he could use against the East LA Sheriff's Department in his journalistic writings about police brutality that he was investigating. Rosa, did you want to say something?
Yes, I just wanted to acknowledge that we are approaching the half an hour that we have to
Oh,
present.
then
We might take a few more minutes to keep sharing information that we prepare for today, probably 5 or 8 minutes. But just the context, the historical context that was important here, Consuelo was sharing with me over the weekend, to have the United, how this idea of memorializing like political activism and death by violence started to take take off here in the US,
it
including the
started with,
AIDS memorial.
yes, it started with Ruben Salazar after the community lost its unity. It was very, very disjointed after that. He was murdered along with other people during the Vietnam War protests. Sister Karen Bocalero came in with a few other artists and decided we needed to bring back the unity that was lost, and started the Day of the Dead celebration a year and a half later, which was in 1972, and with a huge community altar celebrating and honoring the people who died. And then we come forward to the 1980s. In the 1980s, as you can see, the memorial quilt there is an AIDS quilt. This is a form of altar building. This is a community altar where everybody adds to the community altar by creating their own specific quilt to add to the greater piece. And that is what really started to happen. It started with the Vietnam War. It went on to AIDS. And then in the 90s, we became witness to further AIDS memorials, and then going into death by different natural catastrophes such as earthquakes, and I remember there was tsunamis, there were earthquakes, there were all of these different things. And then in the 21st century, we started looking at more man-made overall mass death, such as mass shootings in different parts of the world, police violence that really it exploded, no pun intended. And here's the thing, I'm going to take a step back there, because what I want to focus on is that it became, I think, a much more acknowledged form of death for many communities of color, because of the body cam and car cam that we now find. But I can tell you that in the Chicano community, there were many acts of violence that were perpetrated by the police onto our community, the same way that other inequities befell us, whether they be in the Vietnam War, where more of our brown and black brothers were sent to the front lines first, or in any other inequity or inequitable situations, such as having a voice in different areas that were important, police violence being one of them. If you were a white American male, you were much more free to go forward than it was to when without, if you had a missing headlight, or than you were if you had a missing headline as a person of color. They would shoot first and ask questions later, but that only came to the forefront more in the recent years, because of body cam and police car cam, and also just more witness testimony.
Yeah, thank you, Consuelo, because we were thinking about one thing is dying because you die in the bed, you are sick, you are ill, or like old, but being killed is a totally different kind of grief.
A whole different type of grief.
And
Yes.
yeah, so we move from the tradition of the family altar, that is grief for the loved one, community altar, will grief for the ones that belong to a particular circle or group. But then you have been introducing this amazing concept, and we still have some minutes to talk about these examples before we open for questions. That is the activist altar.
Yes.
And for example, we have like 5 examples. We can go quickly with examples because
Yeah,
Consuelo can
so
share with you later. Yeah.
I became aware of the missing women of Juarez in 2003. And in 2003, we were horrified to learn that there were over 320 young women that were missing. We are now in 2024, 21 years later, and there are well over 7,000 young women who have gone missing. And if you can see on the lower left hand at the very bottom of my dress, that is a 4-year-old girl. That is a 4-year-old girl. And then you can see on the right side, this is an altar that I created using the skirt of my dress as a centerpiece, and the crucifix that I'm wearing up on top. You can barely see it, but I can see it. And what I did with this altar is I put together, you can see baby clothes, you can see young girl clothes, you can see teenage girl clothes. These are all the ages of one girl, because what I found is that it is overwhelming for a person to try to wrap their brain around 6,000-7,000 girls. But if you distill it all to just one girl, and the idea of what happens to that one girl, it really overwhelms you. And then I want you to multiply that to reach the 7,000, because what happens to every single girl that is missing is that they are tortured, they are raped, they are mutilated, and then they are killed. It's not just killing them. There's a sick, horrible approach to killing them that is just beyond human comprehension. So, and here's the thing, you'll see, ayúdanos a localizar. This is on the bottom, there are these they're vinyl placards or vinyl posters all throughout all of these. And these are parents that are trying to find their daughters. And for me, there is no way to honor these individual girls more than calling attention to the fact that they are still missing. that they are, and that their families, when they try to call attention to the fact that they are still missing, will often be targeted themselves. So I have done since 2004, when I created my first altar. I have off and on reminded people, hey, this is still going on.
Mhm.
Need to call attention to this. And it's very important for me that everyone still knows about this situation in Juarez.
Thank you, Consuelo. This is a great example that using iconography, symbology to really distill information and put it there. And the process that Consuelo follows, the methodology, is something, this part of the workshop that she's teaching. And it's a brilliant process of putting all this together, highlighting the outrage, like, and in a way presenting it in a way that is walking people through the experience of others with the symbology is brilliant. And that it has other examples of altars that have been done for the Pulse Club in Florida, for the Uvalde shootings, for the COVID deaths by Black and brown people, like different altars. And then we can spend like an entire hour with each altar because of the wonderful symbology that is there. But for now, we're stepping back to give people the opportunity to ask questions. And Consuelo, of course, is always open to share information, very generous, Consuelo. So let's see, we can open the conversation, even if we cannot keep presenting, unless people want to see more altars. Of course, we have more, right?
We do.
So let us know, guys. I don't see questions in the chat.
Asa,
Asa, I see you. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, I do have a question. I was a bit lazy to type it out. I was wondering, in describing these different altars, that I was drawing connections to like a monument, like the Vietnam War Memorial Monument. And I'm wondering if there's something specific about Day of the Dead altars being temporary, or is there, would you consider a kind of permanent monument statue to be similar to an altar, or is that temporary status important?
Well, there are two things. It can absolutely be a permanent altar. You have the luxury of having a perpetual altar in your home. I have a perpetual altar in my home. That stated, altars are also very temporary, in that the idea is that the spirits come during a specific time of the year. And so you create the altar for that specific person coming back to nourish themselves and continue their journey toward the paradise. Does that make sense, Asa?
Yes, yeah, that makes a lot of sense as to drawing some of the difference.
That's very cool. It's a
And
threshold.
life is very temporary. That's the other.
And because I was thinking too, another extreme of that, especially when you brought up the AIDS quilt, of some of the activist events like die-ins, or like a kind of one-off event that is a symbolic representation of death, which is even more kind of fleeting. But it seems to be kind of like a spectrum.
It is a spectrum. People die all kinds of different deaths. And if we're lucky, we have a natural death. And that is not, I feel like this is very, it's important to acknowledge that once we cross that threshold, we hope to be celebrated regardless of how we cross it. But it is really, and remembered. As I say to many people, there are 3 different types of deaths. One, when life ceases to exist. The second, when the body itself ceases to be visible to anybody. And the third and most tragic is when you are forgotten. So hopefully, regardless of how we cross that threshold, we will not be forgotten and experience that most tragic death.
Thank you, Consuelo. Clarence, let us know what's in your mind.
Well, I was just wondering because the one altar that you have that has the missing girls,
Yes.
I wondered, would it be appropriate if, say, the Hurricane Helene, that's happening right now, the aftermath and the 270 plus people missing or dead, would it be an idea to have such an altar, but even though the people are not dead, they're missing, could be represented on that altar like you did with the girls?
So
And the
there's
other,
okay,
no,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Well, there is an understanding that after a certain point, a certain time, and it is after pretty much every possibility has been exhausted of a person potentially surviving, then you understand, even if a body is not ever recovered, that that is a person who is no longer alive. So you honor that person and honor that person's life, their contributions, how they impacted your life, their legacy, in other words. So, so yes, you can after a certain time, but I would I would be very cautious to hold off until that period of time when it is absolutely um, um, impossible for that person to still be alive. Does that
And
make
my
sense?
other thought, yeah, and my other thought is I have friends, some of which are Yoruba, but some of them have perpetual altars up that stay up all the time that they call their ancestry altar. And then I have some that have, a more I would say religiously rooted altar that because of their Yoruba religion, they have a different kind of altar. And then I had a funny experience. I was traveling in Dominican Republic one year and I was going through the mountains with a friend and we went to visit a friend of his and the wife had a room that had nothing but a huge Santeria altar in it. And I asked, could I go in and take a photograph? And she said, yes. So I go in with my camera and I take this picture of the altar and my camera immediately went crazy. It went berserk. It went like the film came out of the camera, everything. And I went outside and I just sat down very quietly. And I said, I asked her for permission, but I did not ask the spirits for permission. It was the most profound experience. I mean, it was a Santeria, altar. It was huge. And I was so fascinated by it, but I probably should have never wanted to take a photograph of it.
Wow.
That's a wonderful observation for you to have made.
Mhm. Thank you, Clarence. David?
Yeah, well, several things. First, again, thank you, Consuelo, for your generosity and the compassion and intelligence that you bring to all of this and your willingness year after year to share this with the Antioch community. Means a lot. I was hesitant to jump in because I want to keep space for people who aren't part of the Messy Conversations planning team to ask some questions. But I was really taken by Ace's original question about these altars and permanent memorials. And I know from my experience of going down to Grand Park here in Los Angeles to see the altars, and for some reason I tend to get down there, closer to November when the flowers have all died and the pigeons have unsettled some of the trinkets and so on that are part of the altar. And there's something that is really beautiful and moving about that, as a living metaphor of death and the process of death. So I don't know, that's just a comment. And I like, I mean, while I understand the permanent altars, especially for loved ones in the home, I really like the idea of the altar that passes away too, and maybe is reconstituted in a different form the following year. So thank you for that. I'm also thinking about Antioch, and in my case in particular, Antioch, Los Angeles. I've been at Antioch something like 35 plus years at this point. And I think about people who have been part of our community and who have died. And you intoning the importance of that third kind of death when you're forgotten. And sometimes I think, oh, there's only a couple of us here who remember these people anymore. And so I don't know what the question is, but it's something about what we can do to more fully integrate something like Dia de los Muertos.
Well, so go ahead.
No, with Antioch. That was it. I'm done. Thank you.
So what I'm gonna say is that we all know who Horace Mann is because he was, of course, the founder. But there are many people between Horace Mann and now that we need to remember who were in some way contributed to the legacy of Antioch, especially in as far as social justice is concerned, education is concerned, for women, because women were not given that opportunity early on. And so I would behoove you, it would behoove you to I know that Antioch, and I know Julie is here, is creating an altar for Antioch at Grand Park. And I think it's important for even just a name to be put on the altar, and to just say the name and remember that person. If you have a photograph, that would be even better. So yes, I think it's important for all of us to remember, and just remember also, if it's not just Grand Park, I'm going to be building an altar at Antioch. And I welcome everyone, and you can put it in the school newsletter or send it out via email. Everyone is invited to bring a photo of Antioch family to the altar.
Thank you for behooving me.
Yes, I behoove you.
Behoove you. And Lisa,
Hi, everyone. Thank you.
Hi,
My
Lisa.
mother, Connie, has something to say.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Hello. My name is, but it's really Consuelo. You know, I want to thank you for the education that you just gave us. I was so excited hearing you. I was so excited about Posada. I knew about Posada. I never knew about the Garbanzo lady. Of course, she went into being the Katrina when she got her body, but I did not know that they were using this for political education to the people at the time, and it was really needed at that time. I didn't know that the Garbanzo, that the ladies were that woman represented the elite, the moneyed people, and the people that refused to eat pinto beans. And now I remember when I was a child, one of my aunts said, I asked for beans. And one of my aunts said, Mira, no tiene vergüenza, está pidiendo frijoles. And maybe it came from there, huh?
It
When
did.
you know, I have no shame. I'm asking for beans, you know, instead of I guess instead of asking for garbanzos. But I was so excited with the way you taught us and the way you evolved the Dia de los Muertos to become Dia de los Muertos globally for all of us that have experienced death, for the world that has experienced death. We have a perpetual altar in our home, Lisa and I, with all our dead relatives and great grandparents, and we don't. On the Dia de los Muertos day itself, we put up food for our loved ones. We put up a little glass of wine. My mother liked wine, and Lisa has made pan de muerto, and we give them a little piece of pan de muerto. That's the way we celebrate it. When I'm a little concerned about something, Lisa and I will have a coffee in the table where we have our altar, and we talk to our people. And when I'm feeling especially depressed over the Palestinian issue, Lisa and I light candles right there at our altar, because I figure it's gonna go up to the smoke will go up to the universe, and if it's gonna reach anybody, it's going to reach all my loved ones. They should have a say in it. And she tells her dad, "Come on, Dad, get out there and do something." And it has been such a comfort to me now in my old age. It's been a comfort to my daughters also. But I had no idea that it could be expanded to the way you're talking about expanding it. Consuelo, I think it's a wonderful idea, and I thank you again for talking to us and for teaching us. Thank you so much.
El gusto es mío. One of the things that, is it señora Muñoz también?
Bueno, sí, Pardo es el nombre de mi padre.
Okay, Pardo. So señora Pardo, what señora Pardo mentioned is finding peace even through all of these horrific situations that we find ourselves facing in the world. And one of the things that Rosa and I spoke about is how you reconcile that. You can reconcile that by, through retaliation and just exerting more violence, or you can find that my whole community altar right now at Grand Park that I'm building is about finding peace. And you do that through processing grief in a way that is more meaningful, in a way that is more, you can identify with each other. You can have a collective way of processing your grief so that it is not destructive, but it is constructive. It is beneficial to community, but to you as an individual as well. And I give the example for me personally. One of the questions that I had was, how do I reconcile the death of my brother, my beloved, most amazingly beloved brother? He was a brilliant person and he committed suicide. So how can I reconcile that, where I have questions, where I have, how do I do that? It's such a hard thing to broach. It's such a hard conversation to have, even within yourself. How do I find peace? What could I have done? And what I found in processing my grief and having my perpetual altar, having my brother and my parents and my, so many people that I loved on my altar, and I see them every day, is really understanding that it was his entire life that I need to look at, not just the final moments. It was the entire life. And really understanding how violence can also, whether it's to yourself, like he had, or to somebody else, it's an unnatural death. It's not something that should have, could have, would have happened other than because of this. So we have to find we have to find the beauty in the entire life. We have to find the understanding that we are not the only ones experiencing this. And we, at least I don't want to perpetuate it. I don't want to cause violence to somebody else. So I need to really reconcile what happened and find beauty in the life, and then show it, manifest it through an altar, and process my grief by pouring all of it into this beautiful creation.
Thank you, Consuelo. I just want to call attention to the chat. Julie is inviting folks to send photographs. Julie, can you speak to this? Do you want to? Julie, or should I read for you?
I'm not gonna show myself.
That's okay, no worries.
So we are in the process of building our AULA altar installation. This is the second year that we're participating. And this year we will be focusing on Horace Mann. I think we need to tell the community our story of our roots and where we started. But I would invite the community to, I loved what David said, you know, if there are alumni or staff or folks that we were very close to in the work that we do at Antioch and they've passed, please send me their photo if you want me to put it on our altar. This year it will be the Antioch seal. We are creating a tree, sacred, within a sacred circle. And we will be hanging the photographs on the branches of the tree. We also will start making the traditional tissue paper marigold flowers this week. So if you'd like to participate in that, I'll be sending reminders. And if you want to also provide photos of your loved ones, the personal people in your lives, family, friends that were significant, you are also welcome to provide those photos as well. So I did include my email address, and I'm hoping that we can have community participation, because that's what this holiday is about, in particular how it started in East Los Angeles. So I want to be able to honor that in our legacy as Antioch University, Los Angeles.
Thank you so much, Julie. Guys, we reached the 5 p.m. mark when people made room in their schedule for this messy conversation. So those of you that cannot stay longer, please feel free to keep doing whatever you were planning to do. Or if you choose to stay, we're gonna be here for more minutes. If we can keep picking Consuelo's brain or show more altars or whatever you want to do.
And just a quick reminder, no messy next Monday, but come back on the, what would it be, the 21st, for a really good messy. And I always say it, but I really mean it. Bring a friend. It's the same price to get in. Bring a friend, bring your whole family, bring whoever you want. I love the way that Lisa brings her mom to so many of these events. And so, yeah, look forward to seeing you on the 21st.
And if you have any questions, any more questions for me, I'd be more than happy to answer. And remember, my class is still open.
Class still open. 1 credit. So Consuelo, if people don't need the credit, they can audit the last couple of hours?
Yes.
That would be fun.
It's a fun time because we get to do crafts during that time. And I continue talking about what those crafts really represent and how they themselves are offerings.
So, Consuelo, I'm curious, and I'll just step over all these other people who may have better things to say and better questions. But I'm curious. Yeah, I have a real appreciation for the idea of ancestors and so on. But I know that can also be a problematic thing, that people in someone's family may have been horrible people. They may have been abusive. They may have, right? And so for people that are in that place, how would you counsel them around the Day of the Dead?
So there are, I've actually been asked this question before, because there are people who have been horribly abused by their parents or grandparents who raised them. And what I share with them is do not ignore by any means that there was this abuse that was happening and that you survived it. What I tell people is that for me, what I recognize is that there is the gift of life, and that gift of life may have started off as a throwaway, and then you've taken it on. It's your gift now, that it's your gift to do whatever and however you want it to be. There is an aspect of that outside of the altar where you pay homage or honor your the people who you've loved and who've loved you back in good, healthy ways. There is an aspect of the altar in which a devil, for example, it is an actual devil that is set aside. It is literally outside of the altar. You acknowledge that devil. You know that that person or that thing is there, that entity is there, but it's never part of the love part of the altar. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And so you acknowledge that existence may have contributed to yours, but the bad part of it does not belong with the altar itself.
And just a quick follow-up. So that devil demon who's outside the circle of the altar, is it practice to actually have a physical material representation of that?
Absolutely. I never put that in there because I just don't want, the people that have been part of my life have never had, we all have our foibles, but they've never been horrible. So you acknowledge that everybody has foibles. You don't, sugarcoat anybody's life. That said, those foibles were not based on evil intentions. So I don't have that on my altars. I don't need them, but there are people who need to have that acknowledgement, and that's perfectly okay. And there is space for that.
Cool. And like listening to this part of the conversation made me remember that that there's an aspect of Dia de los Muertos that has been very commodified, right?
Absolutely.
And that gives it visibility, right? Mainstreaming it. So we cannot say no to that, but what are the implications of that, Consuelo, going to the dollar store for 99 cents and I can get my own do-it-yourself altar kit?
Yes,
And then what does it mean?
I just had this conversation with a producer from ABC7 who, Julie, on a side, I need to talk to you and I will. I just had this conversation this afternoon with the producer from ABC7 who's going to be interviewing me. And I asked him in his segment, it's a 30-minute segment, show. I asked him, are you going to, and I don't care if anybody says this because I say it very publicly, are you going to feature Hollywood Forever? And he said, well, we're interviewing the director of Hollywood Forever. And I'm like, ugh. And he said, oh, I've heard that so many times. Ugh, why are you saying that? I said, because everything is monetized about Day of the Dead celebration at Hollywood Forever. I went there the very first time and I couldn't wait to get out because my skin crawled. And it was because I told him it's like paying a fee, an admissions fee, to go to your own relatives, your parents, your grandparents' funeral. It's paying an admission. No one can get in without paying an admissions fee, having a ticket in hand. And that to me is blasphemous. And for me, the idea that Day of the Dead has become so commodified, where you can go to what used to be a 99-cent store or a Dollar Tree store or a Target now, and you buy Day of the Dead and you turn it around and everything's made in China. It's very, very, it's very disappointing and horrifying. He said something to me like, well, you know, everything's monetized. Everything's now commercial. And like, I said, you know what? You're right. Everything's commercial. Everything's, you know, monetized. But there's a difference between having, I didn't have a personal relationship with Jesus. So when Christmas comes around and it's not about Jesus's birth, it's about a Christmas tree. It's different than me going to the funeral for my grandparents or my parents, because I had a personal relationship with them. So for me, you know, it's very, very difficult to reconcile how there is a jump from it being satanical in the 80s to being, you know, Mattel's go-to doll for the October, November season. It's a really, really challenging. And so this is why a class like this, where you're able to, where I am able to really give the authentic representation of the celebration from a person who truly practices it, who is passionate about it, and who wants other people to really be able to process and grief in a way that is meaningful and not just buying a candle that has a skull on it. That to me is really important. So I don't know if I answered your question specifically, but in a general broad brushed kind of way, it's important for us to recognize the difference between commercialization of your personal grief and the authentic way to process it.
Thank you so much, Consuelo.
Anybody else have any other questions?
Sila?
Hi, yeah. I loved this whole presentation. Thank you so much. I found some real beauty in how you talked about processing grief in a more meaningful way. I'm going to school to become a therapist one day, and I was thinking about how I could help future clients with grieving death, and that radical acceptance of death and that acknowledgement that you are processing that grief is something that I would love to do, and I think I could learn a lot through this celebration.
Are you enrolled in my class? I thought I recognized your last name.
Oh, that's great. What a wonderful thing.
This is just like a snippet. So, and if you want to encourage other classmates to enroll, that would be great. Any other questions for me? And Sila, you can ask as many questions as you want during class as well.
Mhm. I saw Sila taking lots of notes, or what appeared to be notes or doodles or whatever you were doing. You were actively engaged. This is wonderful. Mhm.
Rosa, this is
Yeah.
Lisa.
Sorry, yes, Lisa?
This is Lisa. My mother Connie has one more comment.
Yes.
Please.
I thought I'd tell you a little something that happened to me. My mother died when I was 23 years old. So the following year, I knew nothing about Dia de los Muertos. The following year, I went to the cemetery in East LA, Evergreen Cemetery, and I took flowers. And the cemetery was full of food in each cemetery plot, and bottles of wine, bottles of beer, food, little dishes of food. And I looked around and I said, gee, Mom, I'm sorry, I just brought you flowers. So the next month, I went to the cemetery and I took some, she loved the chocolate covered cherries. So I bought a beautiful little dish and I took her some, and the cemetery was clear of everything. All you could see was grass. And I said, what happened? What happened? So I had to go around asking, and then I learned that it was the Dia de los Muertos. And they decorated well, the people were there. Obviously, when I went there, everybody was gone because I went there very late. As a matter of fact, I think I went there the day after. They hadn't cleared the cemetery yet. But there was an experience that I made sure that my daughters would know about Dia de los Muertos so they wouldn't go in ignorance like that. It's a beautiful celebration. And we talk about death, and it doesn't scare us so much. It doesn't scare the little children so much. I went to Mexico for one of the Dia de los Muertos celebrations, and we went to the cemeteries. Of course, we went right there. The people were greeted us, and an old lady gave me some of her pan de muerto, bread of the dead, and she told me about her husband that was there, but she told me about her children that were in Los Angeles, and she worried about, and we talked and talked about the children that were gone, but they were not dead. They were just gone. And I didn't see anybody crying. I didn't cry either, although I got a lump in my throat. But I felt so uplifted with all that I don't know what it was, some kind of value that you give to each other, some kind of worthiness that you give to each other, and some kind of solidarity and community that you feel in those kind of settings. That it was just, for me, I've never forgotten it. And I thank you again, Consuelo.
You're so very welcome. I'm glad you joined us.
Glad I joined you too.
So Any other questions? Or comments?
Well, Consuelo, we want to be mindful of your time as well. And I know it's especially generous of you because it's such a busy time of year for you. I was just, as we've been talking, I've wanted to bring a couple of names into the room. And I don't know if that would be appropriate way to wrap things up this evening. But I'm thinking about two people in particular who have died, who are part of the Antioch community. And without them, you know, I don't know if we would have an undergraduate studies program. You know, one is Ken Smith, and the other is Sharon Nightingale.
I think if we have photos of those two people, it would be important to include them on both the altar at Grand Park and the altar at Antioch. I think those are very, I don't remember the first gentleman, but I do remember Miss Nightingale.
We have Joy Jackson.
So as you start thinking of people, please put them down on a piece of paper, and make sure that you include, if you cannot get a photo, at least their name. And I know there are students who have passed who have been, it's important to remember the students as well. Does that make sense to everybody?
I see Rosa included Ino Passon, much beloved.
Oh my God, Aino, yes.
Yeah, much beloved adjunct faculty person.
Yes, Aino. Also, even as far back as, oh my God, why am I, Coretta Scott King, who was one of the first students of Antioch.
Which one? I didn't pick it up.
Coretta Scott King, Martin Luther King's wife.
Whoa.
She was incredibly important. And I know Julie had a whole bunch of others that she included on the Antioch altar last year. And I you know, it's very important, as I told Julie, when I curate the shows at Antioch, at Grand Park, I want to make sure that there are voices there that would otherwise not be included at such a huge park with so many people coming in. And so I think Rob Fox is the one who contacted me last year to ask me about last year's Day of the Dead altar installation. And I had he not been, he was instrumental in connecting Julie and me. With, sight unseen, without any kind of history, I said yes to Antioch. And Julie did a great job in putting together the altar. I also know that whoever the curator is next year, I don't know if it's me. I'm very grateful it's me again this year. But next year in 2025, I don't know whether Antioch will have the opportunity because the curator decides. So this year, it's super important for there to be a concerted effort to connect not only with the public, but with Grand Park staff. So that next year, if I'm not there, there is an opportunity for it to continue to have a platform there for not just to honor and celebrate the lives of the Antioch family, but also to continue to raise the profile of Antioch as an institution of higher learning that is open to everyone and has a social justice aspect to the foundation of the campus of the school. It's Coretta.
Yeah.
Yes, it's correct. I'm sorry for my trying to be effective. Sometimes you mess up. And I know, Julie, that Harry is coming, right? Harry's from admissions and he's volunteering to be in the altar process setting up. Is that true?
Yes, we will have a table set up for admissions to be able to give information about Antioch to the public. It's a great opportunity. It's free publicity for the school. Last year, tens of thousands of people saw the altars in person, not to mention those who will see the footage on television. So it's a great opportunity for the visibility of Antioch and what we stand for and what our roots are.
That's
I
fantastic.
mentioned to Julie that this is literally thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of free publicity for Antioch.
Mhm.
And it's honestly an honor for me to give back to a school who gave me so much, which gave me so much.
So when is people be able to start visiting the altars?
The opening celebration is Saturday, October 19th.
Okay.
I will go as far as to state that if Antioch wants to have an Antioch specific tour of the altars, I would be willing to do that during the 2-week run. I am giving a tour to USC students and faculty on the 27th. I am giving a tour later that day to another group. I can do something on the not the 26th because I'm going to be at Antioch, not the 25th because I'm going to be at Antioch, but you know, another day, maybe, let's see, it could be the 20th, the day after the opening of the altars. That could work. There was going to be a Day of the Dead parade there, but there is not any longer. There will be a parade on the outskirts, but not in the park itself. And I would be more than happy to do that on the 20th. The altars will be fresh still and quite beautiful. There is a beautiful, as David mentioned, a beauty in seeing the altars at a later stage. Just like life, everyone has a beauty about their own chapter of life that they're living in the moment. I'd be more than happy to do that.
We're not share with our colleagues the idea of the 20th. It's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday.
We're gonna share it immediately to see if we can gain some critical mass, and also I'm gonna include some community partners that might be interested in participating.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And remember, Antioch will have an altar there.
Well, thank you again so very much, Consuelo, for all your generosity and your love and brilliance and all the things you share with us. Bless you. Thank those of you that are still hanging out here at Messy. And we look forward to seeing you on the 21st for an important conversation.
And Lisa, bring your mom if we do get the 20th.